Alright, so this is Rockman 2. This is a casual TAS. It's my first TAS, and I did not try and manipulate RNG. I did not reload for every single thing. I just wanted to get good stages in. Okay, so in Gemini, right here, I'm going to jump straight up, and by jumping straight up, I am able to avoid that flame. It's also possible to avoid this flame, but with a slide. Slide on the corner and then walk a little bit, and then slide some more, and you can actually get under that UFO. Thanks, Tired Monkey, for correcting me. This is actually Rockman 3. You can jump up onto that hill that I just jumped up onto. It's really tight, but it feels amazing. You know, because you don't want to run against these walls and then have to jump straight up. Except for that first one. The very first one, you want to jump straight up to avoid the flame. I slide at the star. Okay, my feet are at the star. And then I just, through feel, I can do the slide and jump over the cutscene. Now here, as you can see, you can slide through that tadpole, but it's very tight timing. 2 eggs down here, 1 egg there, and what that's going to do is make it so that we don't have to shoot more tadpoles that are in our way. Swag jump. Now here, what you can do if you are feeling bad about your health, you can jump up, turn around, and take a reverse damage boost from a penguin. You wait for the little penguin to come out, they do less damage. I just went for it, and I got 1 little penguin and 1 not little penguin. So I took 1 big damage, 1 little damage. Alright, so you go. This is my strat. I go low. I do a low jump there so that dragonfly doesn't go too high. I just fire 3 shots to get that guy off the screen. This slide is free to the E-tank. That slide is not free. Okay, that slide is the one that kills a lot of my runs. It's possible to shoot both those guys just like that. Pretty nice. Okay. You can get that E-tank if you want. So we throw 2 shots here, and all that does is it sets up your timing so that you can when you make the jump, it makes it really easy to jump over that guy. You still can't slide too far to the edge. Now, each Gemini man has his own iframes, so you can hit one and then the other immediately, and you can see that's what I'm trying to do there by going back and forth rapidly. I think it's actually a really hard fight. I don't think I'm alone in struggling with it. But the pros, they can, once they get both Gemini men on the ground, they can just jump up and go back and forth and knock them down. In 1 cycle, actually. It's pretty beautiful. Yeah. The highest extant extant run, or current run, I should say, on the leaderboard that uses Gemini first is Checker's run, and he does that 1 cycle. Get rid of both Gemini men. Okay. This is hard, man, and I could probably still optimize this a little bit. Tired Monkey is your go-to man if you want to find out about optimal despawn strats, but basically you just have to. You want to if you turn around too soon or something, then the bee is still there, and you don't want that. So you want to err on the side of caution, but obviously you don't want to lose a lot of time. Okay, here it's possible to shoot these monkeys. They take 8 hits. You can also only shoot them 4 times. And if you shoot them 4 times, they will retreat up to the ceiling for a bit. And that might be worth playing with if you're Buster only, like if Buster only is your first time playing Mega Man 3. But I'm coming from any %, and so I'm just so used to not trying to mash them down, because it's harder to mash them down with Rush Coil equipped, where you only get 2 shots. Okay, jump up, shoot that guy 3 times. Do a bullet slide from there to get a first shot in on that second dozer, and then you only need to get 1 jump with 2 shots. A little slide off a little jump off the ladder, ladder jump, right? Ladder jump. Always jumping off ladders. If you missed that lesson, basically you can save time by jumping a little bit before you reach the top of the ladder. Here's my Proto Man fight. Very pedestrian. Okay. And here we have what's called the Almond City setup for this guy. You slide, jump, and then slide, and you're good. Now for Hard Man, the hardest part of this fight, assuming you have good health, is getting over these first knuckles and not letting them hit you in the butt. Because if those knuckles hit you in the butt while you're facing right, it's going to set you up to be right underneath Hard Man. And in Buster only, you really can't afford to be taking the damage boost most of the time. But if you can avoid that, and if you can avoid getting smashed by him, you start out with anywhere near full health, you're fine. I actually took a body hit right there at the end, you can see. So, again, if you miss this basic lesson, you want to be in the middle of the screen if you can. You also want to kill because you have to walk to the middle of the screen before the stuff starts. You also want to kill the Robot Master as close to the middle of the screen as possible, because the balls that come out of them, they all have to be off screen before the fanfare cycle starts. So you want them centered so that the balls get off screen as soon as possible. Okay, here it's almost imperative that you get a ladder jump right there to give you the time to get over that laser. I struggled with that laser a lot. You can stick a second slide right there, but you have to come out of it. Here I have not found a way to slide, so I just go and hide down there. Ladder jump, and it is free to walk onto that thing. It's not free to slide, because if you slide over it, then you slide right into the pit. But it is free to walk onto that first moving block. We're going to shoot this guy in 3 shots. Okay, ladder jump. And then each of these eyeballs take 3 shots. At the end of this screen, we're going to do a little jump. You definitely don't want to slide off a corner like that, because you don't start falling until your long slide animation is over. And also, I believe that if you do a little jump off an edge, your acceleration increases, and so you fall faster. I know that's true in Mega Man 2. I believe it's true in Mega Man 3 as well. Alright, so we're gonna walk, and then you can slide the rest of the way. But well, except when you're jumping. But don't get crazy with your slides. Like, don't try and slide on the first frame. Give it just a little bit of wiggle room, because it is possible to die when sliding if you're not careful. Or I should say, if you're like frame perfect, it's possible to die. You're gonna be a little careful. Okay, so this Sparkman fight, as I recall, was garbage. But basically, what you want to do is get hit by his this thing, the little sparks, because they only do 2 damage. The big spark and he do more than 2 damage. So you just want to get hit by the tiny sparks, and then I just mash, because I feel like that keeps him in one place for longer because of the lag, and that allows me to get a lot of shots off during lag. If you can, finish on top of the hill. Okay, so in Top Man, I'm going to take 2 damage boosts, and it's possible to avoid the second damage boost on this first screen. You have to have really good movement, and I haven't tried it recently, but it's possible to avoid that damage boost. What I do there, and I learned this from Fastest Tutorial, start on the left, like right on the left, do a bullet slide, you'll hit that guy, and then jump up and shoot the next guy. On this screen, jump up, shoot the top as you're jumping, and then just damage boost through that big top sumo, because he takes a lot of hits. You can also shoot him from the ladder if you like. Okay, early shots on this dozer. Yep. Alright, this strat, you get up close, you take a reverse damage boost that pushes you even closer, and then you can slide through that guy. Don't watch this part. Don't watch this part. Okay, you can watch this part. So, if your health is not awful, you can jump up and do a reverse damage boost there. It's totally free. It did take me a lot of practice to get it, but I haven't missed it in a long time. That was a pretty good catch. Alright, ladder jump, and just get over there, and you're fine. This next screen is very tight. Ladder jump, shoot this thing, shoot that, shoot that, shoot him. Try not to fire an extra shot, because it will actually viscerally lag the game. That's top skip, don't do that. Don't do that in a race. Oh, and there's the one slide change screw up I messed up. Okay, so 3 shots on top, man, just space them out. And then we're going to do that, we're going to jump up, we're going to take a reverse damage boost, and we're going to get 2 more shots in. That's what Fasta does in his world record. There might be a better setup for beginners like myself, because I am a beginner to the 3-cycle top fight, since I'm not a top first any percent runner. But that's what Fasta does. It works for me. Which block are you talking about, Tired Monkey? People are telling me there's a free single block slide in whatever stage we just came out of. Alright, so you have to walk a little before you start your slide there, or you will bonk on the wall. And here you want to do a long slide. Long slide or you will not be able to jump. So I scoot out just a little bit to the left. I don't know if it's superstition, but it seems to put me in a better setup. I get a few cycles just standing there and then do this. If you have a faster setup, please do it. I used to have a faster setup before I learned that one. Now my setup is slower, but it's less hectic. I used to slide under him. Okay, so slide into that eyeball as soon as you can, and that way you don't fall down a staircase. One falling shot, and then jump up and shoot some shots. And that's the hardest screen of the stage. But if you persist, you will eventually get good at it. But I had months of agony in that screen before it felt good. Okay, an important thing to know about these Yoku blocks is they don't spawn until you get to a checkpoint, basically. So you want to get off of the last Yoku block in a section ASAP so that the next ones start spawning. Also, for that last staircase, reverse damage boost here, for that last staircase, if you take 2 slides down the stairs, and only 2 slides down the stairs, you can jump and not worry about that last block not being there. So if you don't take more than 2 slides down that last staircase, then you can jump with abandon. You don't have, and the block will be there when you need it to be there. So with Magnet Man, you can see standing under him is super safe. If he gives us a jump pattern, it's free to get 3 hits on him. If he gives us a shield pattern, it's free to get 2 hits on him. And you want to break up that shield as soon as possible. This was not the best pattern. You can still, I see, have a lot of health left. A better pattern would have been if he had given me 1 more shield that I could have broken up. But I took it anyway because of the verisimilitude of it. Shadow Man. So you see I'm not sliding off these corners, or if I am sliding, like on the first one, I immediately push backward. That's to reduce my sliding animation, since when you're sliding, you're not falling. And for that first hopper, I did a bullet slide, or I wanted to, or hoppers can jump low or high. And if they jump high, then you get a free bullet slide kill on him. Okay, this room. Just get good at it, okay? Know what's coming, I say as I throw a shot into nobody. And don't kill those guys well in advance, because their collateral damage, I think, does a lot. Okay, now here's my strat. It's still in process. Wait a little bit, bullet slide that guy, get those 2 guys. Yeah. You really don't want to take damage here because Shadow Man's hard. Okay. Basically, the way I'm working with this, I watch them and I can tell which ones I can slide under and which ones I can't. And it usually works out that I can slide under the second one and the fourth one. And the others I just kill. But I believe their spawn heights are definitely variable. I don't know if you can manipulate it, or if there's an element of RNG as well. But definitely be careful there. Okay, so Shadow Man, this is like one of my worst Shadow Man fights ever. But you can see that what you want to do is jump over the slide. Slide does 6 damage. His blade does 4 damage. So every cycle I plan for it like it's going to be a slide. So I jump over like it's going to be a slide. And if it's a blade, then I get hit by a blade. But so what? I almost always jump over the slides. But when you jump over the slide, be a little careful, because after he slides, he comes back out towards the middle a little bit. And there's a little bit of a curve at the end of his slide. Alright, this screen, okay, you want to shoot stuff in advance as much as possible, because otherwise you're not going to be able to match these guys down. So I'm just throwing shots early. This guy I gave up on. So I reverse damage boost, wait for him to go to the left, and then slide right. If you don't wait for him to go to the left, there's a good chance he's going to fall on top of you on the ladder. 5 slides, stand and mash that guy down. 5 slides, and then stand and mash that guy down. That turret, that first turret. Okay, and we're coming up on Prizzy Fly. I kill him. Because otherwise he's going to hit me and knock me off the ladder, and I don't want to take any extra damage because Needleman is a tough fight. Okay, 2 slides, you can't do 3, it's scary though. Wait a little bit or you'll hit that spike. Try to slide to the right so you can grab that ladder. That's my strat, and then this screen, you want to do a ladder jump, turn around, take the reverse damage boost, go, 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 take another reverse damage boost, go, 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 grab the ladder. It's tight, but it's not that tight. Okay, Needleman. I keep my distance. It's possible to get a free shot with 2 slides and a jump towards him. You can guarantee your first shot if you do 2 slides and a jump toward him. But I don't like to get that close that fast. Now, it is a good strategy to get close. If you watch Eldra, Needle First Runner, he gets close. Because when he gets close, there's a high probability that he'll throw his head. It's a lot easier to dodge the thrown head than it is these spikes. Also, it's a lot easier to get shots off on him. But basically, when I'm not getting close and he throws the spikes, which do 3 damage, or 3 damage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you can get hit by many of them. When I'm dodging the spikes, I try and do something that I learned from watching the Light Master, also known as Light God, watching his needle video. And what he does is he tries to bunch the needles into groups of 2. So except for the first cycle, when he throws 3 needles, he throws 4 needles. And if you time your jumps, you can make it so that 2 of them go low and then the other 2 go high. And so it's easier to try and weave between 2 pairs of spikes than it is to weave between 4 discrete spikes going any which way. So, I mean, there's probably a lot more to learn in Light's video, but that's what I learned from it. And that's linked in our knowledge base on the Discord if anybody wants to watch that. Alright, 2 shots and then you just gotta move quickly. It's a little bit different timing than it is in any percent, because without Rush Jet you're not able to grab the ladder high. So you're entering the screen at a lower point than you are in any percent. Alright, now here there's a line and I'm gonna slide at that line right there, and that's gonna allow me to do 2 slides and jump over that corner without clipping. Just find your line. Up on this ladder, if you just walk, it's free. You're not going to take damage. And it is possible to zip through these snakes if you want to look into that. Oh, wow. 2 3-shot jumps. Wow. Okay. Hesitate a little bit, start sliding, hesitate, slide. That jump is actually safer if you slide at the corner. I mean, you have to practice it. You can't slide too far to the corner, but edges in Mega Man 3 are very, very generous, so you can slide pretty far off the edge. Single block slide is really not free because you might fall in the hole. All right, slide the first time it goes right, you can go there. This one, 1, 2, you can go. It's dangerous. Slide on the 3rd one. When you're sliding, make sure you're kind of to the left. All right, if you shoot that guy and then don't go very far back to the left, he'll be gone, and you can slide from that high block to that low block. But he respawned, so. Don't die there, it's a huge time loss. And in this tournament, there's gonna be really tight races, I believe. Okay, so bullet slide, jump up and shoot, and then slide under him and turn around in the air and shoot. So those first 3 hits, pretty tight. He can give you 3 different patterns. Alright, so this is a 1950, I think. I think that was a 1950, so. GG. GG. I believe that KLM's best time is about a 1950 from his number 2 Buster only full run. So 1950 is all right. And again, all that was good stages, not perfection.